So here's a list of all the ways I get discriminated because of my voice. So ever since about, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago, or I guess I realized it much sooner than that, but I actually started like being told and asking questions about it at that time. I asked if, what makes me seem gay? They said my voice, my walk, my skinniness, my I hang out with gay people or open with them like yeah you can hang with me, we can take a walk. When I was in Lowell, I had all people walk with me, black. There was even a couple gang members, and most of the time I was on a stoop. Gang members stopped and talked to me. I don't want anything from a gang member. I don't want to join a gang, but they always want something from me, and I have to tell them no. Then you got a lot of homosexual people, or I think that I can use the word gay. It's old language, and I am literally like everybody thinks I am homosexual, and I am so like I have no problem wearing rainbows. Or my roommate is I guess we call it bi, and I have a friend that's homosexual up the street. He's definitely an acquaintance. He's my friend's friend, so that's acquaintance. But either way, in Massachusetts in Lowell, I did not discriminate. Any color, race, I didn't care. As long as I didn't get in any trouble, like there was a couple people that wanted me to join them for crimes, I had to tell them no. Then they said I would snitch, so they'd beat me up. And I said, no, you don't. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Just get away from me. I'm going to walk that way, you walk that way. And that worked. That worked every time, luckily. I've never got a punch because I didn't want to commit a crime with anybody. I just made that statement, and like there was some people that wanted to break windows. I'm like, hell no. And no. Like, you kidding me? What the hell are you doing? I'll tell you what. I don't care what you're doing. Yeah, I realize you guys are threatening me, but I don't care what you're doing. But I got other plans. I got better hustles than breaking windows, so I'm gonna go that way. And that seemed to work. So I've had to use that a couple times. But about 12 to 15 years ago, I started to figure out my voice was a problem for people. Not only that, because I was using drugs, my voice would go back to normal and they would say, what the hell? Are you a different person? Your voice sounds different. Your voice sounds different. I used to tell them it's an accent from living in Texas. They go, no, I mean it changed different in the last week. And I'm like, yeah, it's an accent from Texas. I don't know what to tell these people. I barely was figuring out what the damage of what my mother was doing could do to a person's nervous system. I'm not a damn doctor. But after 25 years of having the same disorder, you better learn something. Fuck, you better, or you're going to be dead. I'm not kidding. If you have 25 years of some type of disorder that is really permanent, like even acid reflux, and you don't learn something from it, oh my God, you're going to die. I mean, if you have had acid reflux for 25 years and you don't stop eating things that cause you acid reflux, oh my God, you're going to be fucking, oh, yeah, how could you do that to yourself? How could you eat the food that causes you acid reflux all the time? That would do damage, more damage. Fuck that. So you gotta learn something. And I sure did. I gotta make this into a part one, part two. My body is shaking quite a bit, and I'm feeling it down my spine. I'm coming off of a synthetic opiate, and I ended up taking that right after needing oral surgery. I know that sounds a little hypocritical, but I take it with naloxone. And it's the lowest milligram, down to 8 milligrams a day. So that's not bad. And then again, just last year I was on 3 a day. And then just 2 years before that, I was literally getting the surgery. The doctor was giving me some like codeine. I ended up really using fentanyl. I was only sniffing it though, no needles, nothing like that. Just a lot of sniffing and making it into pills. And I was afraid of that shit. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. But I had to keep my job. I had to keep going. Still today, it was a good choice. Still today, it was a good choice. No, it wasn't, in a way. But if I chose to just sit at home recovering, shaking, seizing, I would have no job, no money, no social security. The bills would pile up. And nobody would have came to help me back then. I didn't even have my ID at that time. They were allowing me to work on my old ID, but my old ID expired, and nobody was helping me with an old ID. I had to wait for a new ID. And this was during the height of COVID. The height of it. I literally been working for about 6 months or so at the height of COVID. And now my tooth infection is throwing me to the ground and making me seize in my own bed. So you better believe when I go out to go to work and walk in a snowstorm, I was seizing to the ground. There was no way to get to work like that. There was no way to get even to the kitchen and get myself anything. I couldn't drink, couldn't eat. I would just seize. I don't mean like pain, tooth pain. Fuck that. I've had lots of tooth I've ripped out. I mean, that's not my first toothache. But it's my first time having multiple infections in my teeth with a neurological disorder at its height, numbness in the hands and body at a certain point where it's worse, deeper, and on top of this is causing me to slam to the ground. My whole body is convulsing, and it causes a full-blown seizure. Well, seizure, and I have had more than one, so seizures. Um, that's a big motherfucking problem. I'm falling into the road. Cars are running over my hair. And I'm waking up like this from the seizure on the side of the road. And nobody's calling for help. Not a goddamn person. And this is during like snow season time. So there is not a lot of people coming. So, I mean, maybe in that half an hour, we got 20 cars. Nobody pulled over. No ambulance fucking came. Of course. Look where I live. Plus, it's nighttime. And I'm wearing okay colors. I'm wearing a Patriots jacket, but it's not the most visible thing in snow. It's gray with a blue trim. Gray in snow, I guess, it's reflective, but it's still a lot of snow. So anyways, that's a big problem. So this is definitely gonna have to be a part two. And telling you about that didn't make me any fucking better.